Okay, so after Samson tied the torches to the fox's tails and burnt all the Philistines' crops, the Philistines took their revenge by burning to death Timnah and his daughter, Samson's wife. And at the end of chapter 15, Samson retaliates by killing 1,000 Philistines. Tonight, we'll do a little bit of chapter 16. My name is Ron. This is Christians Aren't Sheep. This is where the eagles gather to spread their wings for a few minutes, meditate on God's Word. So at the beginning of chapter 16 in Judges, one day Samson went to the Philistine town of Gaza and spent the night with a prostitute. Word soon spread that Samson was there. So the men of Gaza gathered together and waited all night at the town gates. They kept quiet during the night, saying to themselves, "When the light of morning comes, we will kill him." But Samson stayed in bed only until midnight. Then he got up, took hold of the doors of the town gate, including the 2 posts, and lifted them up, bar and all. He put them on his shoulders and carried them all the way to the top of the hill across from Hebron. So Samson had some serious strength. And then right after that comes the story of Samson and Delilah, which everyone knows. The leaders of the Philistines were trying to get Delilah to have Samson tell her what has caused his strength and what could take it away. And unfortunately, after a long time, he gives in and tells her the truth, where his power comes from. So at the end of chapter 16, we see Samson's final victory. The Philistine rulers held a great festival, offering sacrifices and praising their god, Dagon. They said, "Our God has given us victory over our enemy, Samson." When the people saw him, they praised their God, saying, "Our God has delivered our enemy to us. The one who killed so many of us is now in our power." Half drunk by now, the people demanded, "Bring out Samson so he can amuse us." So he was brought from the prison to amuse them, and they had him stand between the pillars supporting the roof. Samson said to the young servant who was leading him by the hand, "Place my hands against the pillars that hold up the temple. I want to rest against them." Now the temple was completely filled with people. All the Philistine rulers were there, and there were about 3,000 men and women on the roof who were watching as Samson amused them. So if there was 3,000 on the roof, there must have been quite a few more inside. Then Samson prayed to the Lord, "Sovereign Lord, remember me again. O God, please strengthen me just one more time. With one blow, let me pay back the Philistines for the loss of my 2 eyes." Then Samson put his hands on the 2 center pillars that held up the temple. Pushing against them with both hands, he prayed, "Let me die with the Philistines." And the temple crashed down on the Philistine rulers and all the people. So he killed more people when he died than he had during his entire lifetime. Later, his brothers and other relatives went down to get his body. They took him back home and buried him between Zorah and Eshtaol, where his father Manoah was buried. Samson had judged Israel for 20 years. That Samson story, the judging part, pretty different from the other judges because he didn't live a real clean life. But God had a purpose for him, and he fulfilled it. Much to meditate on that about the story of Samson. In the meantime, you all have a fabulous Wednesday night. This was hump day. Tomorrow I'm going to start heading down to Idaho. Spend a couple weeks down there. You all take care. God willing. We will see you tomorrow.